Tonight on Tabletop Commander, Marchesa the Black Rose. Hi everyone, and welcome to another fantastic EDH deck tech. Tonight I have Marchesa the Black Rose. This is a Grixis commander using blue, black, and red. This is more or less a grave-based deck, so there's going to be a lot of things that interact well with the grave, quite a bit of sack outlets, and there are some really good budget options for this deck. Basically, in this deck you want to include anything that has persist or undying or modular also works well, because this deck's creatures need to have 1/1 counters on them in order to be able to come back from the grave at the end of turn with the Marchesa card in play. So, without further ado, let's get right into the deck. As always, I'm skipping over the mana base for my deck. Basically, you want to use any Grixis type mana base that is within your budget. But I also include a Diamond Valley in my deck. This is my proxy Diamond Valley. I do own a real Diamond Valley, but that is currently, I believe, in my Merrin deck. So if you didn't see that deck, go ahead and check that out. It's a really fun deck. Also a good grave-based deck. Alright, going right into our Mana Rocks, I play Mox Diamond again, another proxy one. Sol Ring, Thran Dynamo, Worn Power Stone, Darksteel Ingot, Dimir Signet, Izzet Signet, Rakdos Signet, Obelisk of Grixis. These are my Mana Rocks. This deck does get pretty mana intense, so I play a good number of Mana Rocks. Now we also have Ashnod's Altar, which I guess you can consider a Mana Rock as well, but really it's more of a sack outlet. So I'm including it with my sack outlets. As well as Altar of Dimension, definitely a sack outlet. It's also win condition if you get the right set of cards together. Sensei's Divining Top, because it would not be an EDH deck without Sensei's Divining Top. This is another one of my proxy Inception themed ones. Lightning Greaves for protecting Marchesa once she's out. I played Navineral's Disc and Boom Pile, as Marchesa protects the majority of your creatures. The Boom Pile and the Navineral's Disc become very powerful to use against your opponents. Playing Aetherworks Marvel, because this is a grave-based deck, so a lot of things go to the grave. So this builds up energy on its own very quickly, and then helps you get those high-cost creatures out quickly. Cauldron of Souls for protecting your creatures. I play a Wheel of Fortune. Again, this is one of my proxy ones for getting cards and getting stuff into the graveyard. There's ways of getting other stuff out of the graveyard other than Marchesa, so I'll be sure to mention them when I come across them. Barter and Blood, great removal. Life's Finale, also removal. Chandra's Ignition, one of the most, in my opinion, underrated cards in the entire format. I love this card even when it was in Standard not too long ago. Basically, it does huge amounts of damage, and if you got a creature out with lifelink or something, it becomes a huge life gainer for you. Also works very well with Death Touch. I do have a couple of Death Touch things in this deck. So, Capital Punishment, great for removal again. Demonic Tutor, again, it's one of my proxy ones. This fella here is Skeletor. Decree of Pain for some more removal, as well as Innocent Blood, removal. Toxic Deluge, removal again. Going into the instance, Brainstorm, because it's a blue deck, so we definitely play Brainstorm. And if you play blue-black, another highly, highly underrated card, Limdol's Vault. This card is dirt cheap. If you're playing blue and black, I highly recommend this card. It's basically like a free deck stack almost for for 2 mana and a little bit of life maybe. Vampiric Tutor, again another proxy one. Starstorm for more removal. Unspeakable Symbol, another very inexpensive card that is critical to this deck. It lets you pay life to put 1/1 counters on creatures. This will let you get Marchesa to get creatures back from the grave. Oversold Cemetery, one of those ways of getting things out of the grave once they've gone there and Marchesa was unable to save them. Rhystic Study, pretty much because it's blue and this is a great draw engine. Nixilis Reignited, just for the draws and the removal. Same thing for Chandra Flamecaller. Moving into the meat of the deck, we have the creatures. Baleful Strix, great for drawing cards. Also a Death Touch creature for Chandra's Ignition. And when you get this in and out with Marchesa, you can just draw a lot of cards. Anything with Unleash also works well in this deck. Carnival Hellsteed pretty much comes into play with a 1/1 counter on it every time it comes into play. So as long as Marchesa is in play, this guy is not going to be dying anytime soon. Fleshbag Marauder for some great removal. Flayer of the Hatebound. Again, this is an undying guy, and this guy's won me some games, so definitely an auto include. Very, very inexpensive as well. Grim Corpseborn. Great sack outlet, as well as a very hard creature for them to kill. Archetype of Finality. Death Touch, again for Chandra's Ignition. As well as Sidisi, Undead Vizier. Death Touch, and again is also a tutor. Grim Haruspex, great for draws. Thraxamundar, great for beats. Drana Liberator of Malakir, amazing in this deck, as giving out them 1/1 counters really helps out a lot. Kalidas, Trader of Get, great for this deck again. It's Grave Hate for your opponents, gets you lots of zombies, and you can put 1/1 counters on them very easily. Harvester of Souls, great for draws. Pontiff of Blight, gives all your guys Extort, so great for life gain. Mikaeus, great for getting your creatures back. Solemn Simulacrum, pretty much because that's a given in an EDH deck. Chasm Skulker, this guy gets a 1/1 counter each time you draw a card, and then when it dies, you get X 1/1 blue squids with Island Walk for each 1/1 counter on him. So he gets very big very quickly, as well as make some nice tokens for you in the end. Withered Wretch from our Grave Hate. Magus of the Wheel for draw. Also, if you can get some 1/1 counters on this guy, you can draw for days. Noxious Gearhulk. Again, if you can get some 1/1 counters on this guy, he's great removal. River Kelpie. This guy has Persist, as well as whenever a card is played from the graveyard, you get to draw a card. And whenever River Kelpie or another permanent is put into play from the graveyard, also draw a card. So that's the main ability you want to focus on with this deck, plus Persist. This guy's going to keep coming back, and you're going to draw a lot more cards. Shieldred for removal and for some grave fun. Gonti, another Death Touch guy, as well as just an all-around fun guy. Noosegraph Mob, a fantastic budget card for this deck. Comes into play with 1/1 counters on him already, so no fuss for Marchesa. Nightscape Familiar for reducing the costs of your spells. Platinum Angel, get some 1/1 counters on her and never lose the game. Duplicate, get some 1/1 counters and get the sack outlet going, and removal. Corpse Augur, pretty much the same thing as Duplicate, but instead of removal, it's draw. And Phyrexian Rager, more draw power. So this is a good deck that's a balance of draw and life gain and grave fun. So deck's a lot of fun. So comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know how I did. Have a great day.